Hello there, this is Dango1867. Hope you're all feeling alright today because I am tickety boo. Yes, it's another UFC fight picks. This one is 192, headlined by CORMIER vs Gustafsson for the 205 world title. But there's some really good fights on this card. First one I'm going to start with is another big 205 fight, which will probably show who may be the next guy in line to actually take on the winner of the main event, and that is Rashad Evans versus Ryan Bader. Both of these guys are great 205ers, in the top 5 easily. Evans has been a champion before, looking to get back onto the top of that ladder and get another shot. Bader is obviously up and coming, obviously not as experienced, I'd say, as Evans, but obviously he's very much needing just maybe one big name to get him over the edge and into a title contention fight, and Evans is that name. For me, this is a very, very close fight. Both of these guys have really good stand-up and solid wrestling. For me, Evans has probably got the better technical boxing and probably the better sort of pedigree in wrestling, whereas Bader's probably just a naturally bigger guy out of the two, in my opinion. He looks a lot stronger every time he fights, and even when he fought against Jackson, he looked bigger, and Jackson is no small 205er. So for me, it's obviously an up-and-comer versus the veteran, and for me, I think it's the experience that will pay. Evans, for me, will use his superior wrestling if he gets into trouble or gets hurt standing, and if he's not, he's going to use his technical ability to stay in range, get in and out with his quick hands, and obviously dictate where this fight takes place. I don't think Bader's wrestling's at the level where he could stop someone like Evans from taking him down if it needs to be, and for me, this is going to be a ground-out fight, and I think Evans will take a decision. Sadly, I don't think there will be anything else Bader can do. Unless he catches him with something early, I'm not sure he'll be able to keep up the pace with Evans, because despite being a veteran, he's quick, he's fast, and he does everything very well. So for me, Evans will get the win. This will definitely put him in title contention in the very near future. So on to the next fight that I'm really looking forward to. This is a welterweight fight. The former champ Johnny Hendricks versus Tyron Woodley. This has knockout written all over this fight. Both of these have explosive striking. Both of these are really, really at the top of their game. Hendricks is looking to get back his title, get another shot, obviously getting back the gold he feels he deserves. He's not particularly happy with not getting a title shot straight away, but obviously he's going to have to fight Woodley to get that shot. Woodley himself is kind of in the there or thereabouts at the minute. He's got a hell of a record. Both of these are flying at the moment, looking to get back into title contention. And they both sort of cancel out each other's skill sets. Hendricks has got amazing wrestling. We've all seen in fights so far, if he feels the striking game is not going his way, he will ground you, ground you, ground you. But he always has his heavy hands to rely on when he's also stood up, which makes him such a dangerous fighter to fight. That's why he was a title holder, and that's why he's obviously so devastating a fighter. Woodley is explosive, pure athlete. Good wrestling, explosive striking, young, hungry, wants this. For me, this is such a good fight. This could go either way. It could be a ground out fight. It could work out someone gets knocked out early, because these both guys have really superior striking ability. They are probably two of the 3 best strikers in the whole division, and they both got knockout power in waves. For me, I think Woodley probably wants it more, but I think Hendricks is a veteran of so many ground out fights that he'll know what to do. He will drag this into the trenches if he needs to and ground it out. I think Woodley will probably take the upper hand if it stays standing, but I'm not sure Woodley's wrestling will be able to stop him if Johnny tries to get him on his back continuously. And Johnny knows what these 5-rounders are all about. He can fight for days and days. So for me, Hendricks will take out a ground out decision. It could go quickly though, I'll be honest. This fight has very much got knockout written all over it, but if it doesn't manage to anyone land it, it'll be a ground out, gritty battle slugfest with wrestling and lots of blood, sweat and tears, and then I think Hendricks will take the decision and will get that next title shot. And now on to the main event, which should be an amazing 205 title battle between Daniel Cormier and Alexander Gustafsson. For me, Alexander Gustafsson should have had the title after he fought John Jones. Obviously, the fights since then have gone up and down in his favour. He has had a win, but he's also been stopped as well. Cormier is on a high. He's finally got that gold, and he doesn't look like he's going to be giving it up anytime soon. Is this a bad matchup for Gustafsson? He's shown his wrestling defense is solid, but Cormier is on a different level to every other fighter in the world at 205 at wrestling. So this is going to be very interesting. If Gustafsson can keep this standing, that could be a long night for Cormier, because he won't be able to deal with the range, he won't be able to deal with the strikes. He has got good striking himself, but Gustafsson's a different level to that. And for me, Gustafsson's whole game will be able to stuff those takedowns and keep this standing as long as he can and try and catch Cormier coming in. Cormier, if he is able to get him down, is going to do damage. He's got good submissions as well. With this being a 5-round fight, it could go the long time. Obviously, both of these are great fighters. There's going to be no shame for either of these guys if they lose. For me, I'm not sure Gustafsson can keep it standing. Cormier is going to be constant in those takedowns, because I don't think he's going to stand in the pocket with this guy. I really don't think that's probably a good idea for him. So he'll constantly try and take him down, And as he showed in his last fight, if he does get you down, he will tap you out. For me, he'll probably go into the 3rd round. Obviously, it'll go backwards and forwards, but Cormier will finally get him down, ground him out, and then tap him out to some sort of submission. So for me, Cormier defends his title in this, but no shame for Gustafsson. Obviously, he is fighting probably who is at the moment the best 205er in the world, and obviously wrestling-wise, he's at a different level to everyone else. Put your picks in the description. Let me know how you felt that the actual event went. More picks to come. Catch you all later, guys.